business around town. Time for us to talk business, and it's a Tuesday. So today, we are going to be talking about exporting business, exporting product from Nigeria abroad, and we have Godwin Oyefeso in the studios with us this morning. And it's going to be talking to us about export. Last week, Tuesday, he wasn't here, but we spoke to him via the phone, and he talked about how you could export some product from Nigeria to US specifically, not other parts of the world, just US. We're exploring US, and then we'll move to other countries of the world. So if you have questions concerning USA, then you can ask your questions. And he talked about exporting products using the Agoa's platform, and he spoke extensively on that. So today we're going to continue the conversation and talk more about it. So if you have a question, let me give out the number right away so that we could start compiling your question. The number is 0700 903 9039, 0700 903 9039. That is the number to send in your questions to. So we have Godwin Oyefeso in the studios with me this morning. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Lagos. It's a pleasure being around. Good morning, Mary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go into our discussion, Godwin Oyefeso is an agri business expert, a publisher, business growth strategist, SME and export consultant. He is the founder of Success Edge for Entrepreneurship Development, seed president of Success Edge Exporters Network. He is a board member of U.S. Nigerian Trade Council, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. He is the immediate past vice chairman, Export Group, Lagos Chambers of Commerce. He is also a member of other organizations. So, where do we start today in our conversation? I think we should start with products.
Yes.
Products.
Yes. What are the products you can actually export, and what are the potentials of those products, and why are people looking for it? So, basically, like I said earlier on, US is a very wonderful country to export to, and if actually you are saying you need dollar, you don't need dollar. Does not fall from heaven. You need to earn it, but you need to do something to earn that dollar. Okay. And basically, there is a platform that is called AGOA, which is called African Growth Opportunity Act. It has been in existence, and basically, it has been a lot of help. The purpose of that African Growth Opportunity Act is for you to export your commodities to United States of America duty free. What that means that when your goods landed in the United States, you do not pay a duty on it. Though that makes your product cheap for a lot of people to buy. That in essence, that you now have a lot of customers, you make more money. So, but over the years, that this program has started, Nigerians have not made a lot of impact. I mean, Nigeria has not really make much compared to other countries like Ghana, like Madagascar, like Malawi, like Zimbabwe, like Kenya. They are making a huge opportunity out of this, but Nigerians are not. So that's why each time I attend a lot of program, at the the U.S. African Trade Council in Atlanta, they keep on asking me, Godwin, what are you doing? Nigeria is not doing much. Okay. Then at the Nigerian American Chamber of Commerce, the Nigerian American Business Council, everybody is not happy. So we felt the only thing we can do is to give you all this information. These are information that has been hoarded for some time, but I think a lot of people need to know, so that you know how you can export those commodities into the US and your money is paid to you in dollar. Each time I went to the bank, Mary, and I see people, on the counter, they are collecting dollars. I feel very happy, and why those other people who are collecting naira will frown their face, those who are collecting dollar will be smiling. I don't I was in the back yesterday. Very. I was in the back yesterday. Yeah. All the people on the queue, want to collect dollar. Well, I was smiling. I said, what's happening? They just feel okay. Why the other people who are on the other line, there's a difference for dollar. a different queue for dollar and one for naira. All the other, it's as if they just beat them. They frown their face. Even when they call them to collect their money, they just frown. I said, what's the problem? And because it's got that when the other person collected just only $2,000, which is about 1 million, you collect only 500,000. The bundle of the money they give to you makes you even unhappy. But the essence is what I'm trying to say, that there are some things you can do to earn that dollar, and that's why we are here to tell you. We are here to inform, to educate, and getting those information will actually transform one's life. So we're going to look at some of those products that you can export to America, and they can actually give you in returns dollar. Quite a lot of them. I'll be telling you the product, and I'll be telling you, then the African Growth Opportunity Act record about $18.4 billion that's in an aggregate export to United States in 2020. But out of this $18.4 billion, Nigeria could not even do $1 million. Okay, and there's a lot of products that Nigerians can actually export. In fact, Nigeria make only about $5 million. Okay, just $5 million. Can you compare $5 million with about $18.4 billion?
No, you can't.
That's too, and there's a lot of products in Nigeria that can be exported. So quite a lot of them, we're going to looking at them one by one today and how you can export. Number one is African fabrics. I must be sincere with you, Mary. In America, they love fabrics, mostly African fabrics. All these Adire, Ankara, they love it. Now, the U.S. market is valued of about $12 trillion, of which apparel represents about $70 billion. Out of those, about $12 trillion in the issue of export, okay, garments, Texas, is about $70 billion. Now, but the only funny thing, that makes one really unhappy is that in the Texas apparel category, Nigeria was the first country to be granted the Category 9 certification by the U.S. government. That, okay, you people, this Ankara, this Adire, this batik, that is, a lot of people love it in America. We now give you, they are the first country in Africa to be given, the certificates by the U.S. government, which allow us, that is Nigeria, to export our African print and other folklores and even hand-woven fabrics to the United States. So the opportunity is there. I've been privileged, there's a program in Florida every year that is basically for fabrics. When you take any of your Ankara, you design it and it's well done, you're gonna sell everything off. That's where I see Ankara being made with gele. They make, this headgear, they make with bangles, they make with, bands, and they are selling some of these things as a very expensive.
Very creative.
Very creative, yes. And that's why we are telling people that if you are in a fashion industry, you are a fashion designer, there are opportunity for you, okay? You know how to do Adire, this tie and dye, Ankara, beautifully put good stones on it, with a lot of inscription of Africa. I'm going to tell you that you are in to make money from Africa, from the United States. So this means that, the natural made in Nigeria, like Adire, like Ankara, like batik, like kaftan, like agbada, like all those things can enter United States duty free. Okay, that is number one. Number two, you can actually export snail. Now, when you're exporting snail to America, it is actually frozen. It is not live. Live snail go to the to UK, but to United States you can actually frozen. You can get it frozen. Now look at these statistics. United States of America import more than $4 million worth of snail annually from all over the world, including Nigeria. France also requests more. Okay, so what we are trying to say is that you can export snail. So if you are there, we can actually teach you how to rear snail. Snail is very, very, very easy. When you rear snail, you can rear it in your compound. Nobody will know you are rearing snail. Okay, when you rear snails, you don't buy a kind of food for them. Big food for them. A snake can eat eba. They can eat rice as long there's no salt or or oil in it. They can actually be rare. And you discover that basically snails, they are basically hermaphrodite. They have male and female organ, but despite that fact, they still give a large egg. When two snails met together, they produce close to nothing less than 39 to 42 eggs, on one production. And they are very, very, they are very rugged. So you can go into these things and you can export them to United States, froze them and export them to America. Another thing is that it will also surprise you that fruits can be exported, but in another form. They can actually be dried. Pineapple can be dried. Agbalumo can be dried, which is called Star African cherry can be dried. Fruit like a pineapple can be dried. Orange can be dried. Banana can be dried. You use a machine to do that, and they are called dry fruit, and you can export them. But apart from that, you discover that pineapple globally, the world population of pineapple, Nigeria is the largest producer of pineapple in Africa. Nigeria is the largest producer of pineapple in Africa and the 8th largest in the world. What a glorious country. Okay, but and the one for Nigeria is very, very sweet. It's not like all this artificial, because they are grown organically. That's why there's a demand for them. Now, it will also surprise Nigeria is the 38th world exporter. So there's a lot of products in Nigeria that can be exported, but our people don't know. Now, pineapple was ranked second most consumed fruit in the world. And that if pineapple is ranked as second most consumed fruit in the world, and we have a lot of them in Nigeria, then why can't we export them? Now, how to get these things done? A way that can give you dollar. Now, United States of America, look at it again. It will surprise you. United States of America again is the largest exporter of fresh pineapple. Okay? Other countries follows. So when we are talking about America, we're not just talking America because of anything. That is where a lot of things is being, they got things right there. And they even give us opportunity. Okay, if you people know they take your pineapple, they're going to bring them now. Okay, there are varieties of pineapple. And like I told you, Nigeria is the largest producer of pineapple in the world. So if you are there, you are listening to me, instead of just cutting pineapple and putting on the tray from morning till night, you are calling people, he won't answer you. Okay, why can't you get it, from the producer, and we teach you how these things can be exported in the United States. Other countries where this thing can be exported abroad include Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Canada, and Japan. All these countries, these things can be exported. Now, listen again. Another thing that can be exported is crab, which is called akon in Yoruba. Okay, the top destination is also America. Okay, and you can export this out of Nigeria. There's a way you can package it to surprise you that when there's a way you package crab live, and it will not die till they get to the place of destination. I have the video. I'm telling you, they just be there for the next 12 hours, 24 hours. Then when you remove the rope out of it, you say, wow. And the crowd will start bouncing and say, yes, I don't enter America now. Can I come meet me? So it is also exportable. Walnut is also a thing that can be exported. The value of export of unshelled walnut amount to about $1.1 billion in 2018. Okay, compared to 2.3 shelled walnut that they are selling for 100 naira, 50 naira in Nigeria is sold for about $1 abroad. Now compare the price. $1, which in Nigeria is about 750 or 770, like that, to something you just buy for 3 or 4 for 100 naira in Nigeria. There is no way you will not make money exporting out of Nigeria. And that's why this information is going out. You just need to get it. We are going to a new year, and you must do something new to get new blessings. Blessings does not fall like that. You must work it out. God give us mouth. God will not put food in your mouth. God gave you leg. God will not buy shoe for you. You can be walking all around yourself. If you fail to walk to get money to buy the shoe. So basically, that is that. Another thing that can be exported is cassava. Now, when you talk about cassava can be produced, into a lot of things. Now, Mary, do you know that Nigeria is the biggest cassava producer also in the world, number one in the world. Nigeria. So, when you talk about cassava, you can produce, from cassava, you can produce what they call ethanol. From cassava, you can produce, even what they call biofuel. From cassava, you can produce fructose, glucose, a lot of things can come out. So, Nigeria is currently the world's largest producer, producing about 54 million metric tons. Everywhere in Nigeria, you put the cassava grows, the tuber grows out of it. So this is the reason why we're encouraging Nigeria, that despite the fact that Nigeria is the largest producer, they only account for 1% exports. 1%, the largest in the whole world. So that's why we're encouraging people that Nigeria will tell you what you can do. Tapioca can be made out of this, and you make good money doing this out of Nigeria. Now, another thing you can export, and make good money to United States of America is turmeric. Okay, Nigeria is the fourth largest producer of turmeric, and but they only account for 3% of global annual production. But this is reality. The global market for turmeric estimates about $6.5 billion annually to the International Trade Center. And this turmeric is all over Nigeria. So turmeric is good. You can export them out of Nigeria. Another thing is generally spices. When you talk about spices, talk about ginger, garlic, turmeric, black pepper, Cameroon pepper. Nigeria, if properly harnessed, can make nothing less than $2 billion annually from spice export. Now, the spice market was valued about $15.11 billion in 2017, and is expected to reach an approximately $20.99 billion in 2024, in the next 2 years. So you know where to get ginger, you know where to get garlic, you know where to get turmeric. These things are scattered all around Nigeria. And you know why people are demanding for Nigerian product? Because of the organic nature. Because of the organic nature. That is, we have a good land that things can be grown. And those things have positive impact in your body when you eventually take it. Banana, it will also surprise, like I told you, and I'll be revealing this secret, how you can dry banana. Have you seen dry banana before?
No.
Mary?
No, I haven't.
Wow. But dry fruit. Oh, good. You will ask them how this thing can dry.
Dry the fruits.
Dry the fruit.
I've seen dry mangoes.
Yeah,
dry different
beautiful.
fruits.
Now, this is in high demand in America because they are basically organic. So, banana also, apart from the fact that you can export them fresh, okay, each time I pass through the road, and very early I see all these young Igbo women, very illustrious women, they'll be selling banana 100 naira. I say, wow, the banana you people, they sell 100 naira on $1. And you can imagine, but because they don't know what to do, they just spread them on the road, beside the road, begging people to buy banana 100 naira every day. So on that, you are making not less than 500 naira on each. You are going to be rich selling. So you are there, you are selling banana along the road. Why can't you come and get the information to let you know what you need to do? You need to move forward. You can't continue to do that every year. This is the thing you sell from January to December. You cannot even pay your children's school fees because the responsibility is much more than you. You are trying, that woman. You are trying, that man. So what you need a new level of information to take you to a greater height. And that's what we're talking about, exporting to United States of America using the AGOA platform. Now listen, the total world export of banana was 20 million tons. Nigeria can add $2 million annually from banana exports. So we're going to tell you how this is done and how you can export them to America. Nigeria is among the largest banana producing country in Africa. They are producing about 2.37 million tons annually. And as you say, a lot of banana up and down. And banana is very, very good. If you can take at least 2 banana per day, you'll be energized for the whole day. You don't need energy drink. I'm sorry.
I know that now that you're saying this, many people listening will wonder, banana that is everywhere.
Everywhere.
In Nigeria, there's
spend it on the road, begging people, Oga, come buy the banana now.
So you talked about drying this fruit.
Yes.
What do you need? You said there's a
dehydrator.
Is it very expensive?
It's not very expensive. Knowledge is it. Knowledge, I'm telling you.
So you dry
You
these
dry.
fruits.
I said you dry pineapple. You dry pawpaw.
And when you dry it, when you take it, it's
Wow,
it's
wow,
the
wow,
same
wow.
thing.
You know, last year I did my birthday. A woman brought it. People couldn't believe it. Can be dried? The woman brought it. Say, wow. When the woman knew that a lot of people want to get the information, quickly ran out before
Before
the end of the program. I say these people not go kill me. So what we are trying to say is that these are informed. We just see, Mary, Nigerians are very hardworking people. They are very hardworking people, but their hard work does not commensurate with their income. Very, very painful, because they don't add knowledge to what they are doing. You know, when you have knowledge to what you are doing, it blows you up, take you up. You know, for example, you know, when you have value to what you are doing, it changes your lifestyle. And that's exactly what. So banana can be exported. Banana is the fourth largest agricultural product in the world, followed by wheat, rice, and corn. Avocado pear, you know, so that after this, I will allow our people. But I want to run, if possible, try and finish this this week so that we can move to the next one. Now, avocado, okay, produced by countries, is all over the West, also about, amount to about almost $5.6 billion. Avocado is a product consumed by affluent people in Nigeria. Now, why? Because of this health benefits. Now, if you look at it, it's 10 billion global commodity and remain the biggest opportunity for export. So if you are there, instead of just, you know where to get avocado pears, you know, we're going to tell you how they are packaged, how they are arranged into a carton, and how you can export. The total global production stood about 5.69 million metric tons, which is almost about 10.47 billion dollars. Now, another thing you can export, then the people, you know, where a lot of avocado pears are in the south, okay, in the southeast, like Imo State, like Abia, like Anambra, like Enugu. All these places you can get a lot of avocado pears, and this can make this region to making a lot of money. Soya beans are another thing you can export. Okay, Nigeria is the 15th largest producer of soya beans and second, after South Africa. Now you can export soya beans. It earns about 200 million, contributes only about 0.5% to the GDP. If properly harnessed, but it is not. Okay, so United States of America is also a very good place you can export soya beans. You have brown, you have light brown, you have a big one, you have the light one, and it does not spoil. One very good thing about soya bean is that, you have a problem with the issue of beans where you have weaving.
Yes.
That is not. You can put soya beans for 2 years, nothing will happen to it. I have one in my office I've been keeping for the 5 years, just the same like that.
The beans.
I'm telling you.
No weevils.
No weevil.
They said if you put chemicals that will preserve the weevils, that it's
no, that's
deadly.
for beans. That's beans. Organically it's not good for the health.
Okay.
Yes, that's why the ban was placed on about soya bean is very good. That's what we are saying. So we have alternative. Another one that is also very good that can be exported is pawpaw, which is called papaya. Okay, pawpaw, Nigeria is known as, but it's about, Nigeria don't produce much of it, but it's about 837,000 metric tons, which is about 6.34% of the global production. Nigeria ranked number 1 in Africa. It will surprise you that pawpaw that some people see are neglected. Okay, Nigeria is number 1 in the world and number 1 in Africa and number 6 in the world. It can be grown in any part, and the good thing is that it's harvested between November to April. So you see a lot of pawpaw. Instead of just cutting the pawpaw, eating, cut it. Why can't you tell you how you can package it and export them to America? So this is the period of harvest, November to April. Now, 1 metric ton, which is a metric ton is about 1,000 kilo. It's about $1,000 per ton. So another good thing you can export. Sweet potato. Nigeria outputs, outpaced global growth by 0.99% in 2016, while the potential outgrowth is about 7 metric tons. Nigeria is ranked number 1. Please always note something. anything you know that Nigeria is number one, there's a high prospect for it in international market. Now, another one, sweet potato. Okay, Nigeria is ranked number one in Africa and second in the world. Okay, the second largest producer of tuber is Nigeria, and a place where you can get this is Kano, Kaduna, Zamfara, Plateau State. You know, they are the major producer of it. Cowpeas, like I said, Nigerian beans is one of the best, but Nigerian beans is actually being banned because of the issue of woven. Yeah. But basically, the government is tackling that, and I think by next year we'll start the export anew again. Okay, Nigeria can actually generate about 48 billion naira, okay, from cowpeas, which is called beans, annually. Okay, another one that you can export is honey. Nigerian honey is is the best, and you can export that to America. You know, like according to Nigerian Export Promotion Council, they said the global the honey trade is worth about $240 billion. Okay, so Nigeria has the capacity of generating about $10 billion from honey export. So you can actually export, you can exploit it. Now, mango is also a good thing you can export. Okay, like I said, you can export fresh or you can export dry. But I want to encourage people to go into the dry one because it's value added, and when it is value added, you make good money out of it. Nigeria ranked 10th, the largest producer of mango in the world, with about 800,000 metric tons of the fruit are produced yearly, contribute about 3% to the world total production. India is the largest producer, followed by India. So mango, well packaged, also can be exported to America. Another thing that you can export is cocoa. Cocoa. Let me give you an analysis. There's a manufacturer such as Hennes and Mars in the United States, Nestle in Switzerland. There's a time, Ivory Coast, they earn $2.5 billion annually from export of cocoa. Do you know something, Mary? When that thing gets to Switzerland, they produce it to chocolate bar and to a lot of things, and the Switzerland government made $18 million.
That's huge.
That's huge. And they just take the thing from Ivory Coast at $2.5 million, and they made it into chocolate, and they export it out of, they make a lot of things. So that's what we're talking about, value added. Nigerian cocoa export is first, in the first quarter, they made about almost 30 billion naira from export, representing only just 1% of total export. So you also can export that. Shea butter, which is called Ori, Nigeria account for about 370,000 metric tons to about 500,000 metric tons, accounting for about almost 43, of production in the south, in the West Africa. Nigeria also can make about 26 billion naira from export of shea butter. Now, for those who will be going to the US with us next year by the grace of God, I'll be taking them to California, I'll be taking them to Texas, to buyers of this commodity. They just want you to bring your product, they test it in your presence, and they issue a contract rate. Okay, because this is a highly coveted commodity in America. Okay, so if you are there, you know shea butter, which is Ori, you actually can go into this particular export. I think I've mentioned about 21. Our time flies.
now I think we should take questions.
Yes,
now.
question. Yes.
Yes.
Because people will wonder, they're not going to stop you.
You have lots of things that you could do.
Yeah.
We just gave you a tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, that's it.
Now let's take some questions here this morning. This one says, "Hi Mary, please ask your guest how much would it cost someone to get the following export license to get the company registered? Thank you, from Chinyeri." Chinyeri wants to know all of this information.
Okay, you want to know the can you come again, please?
Yes, wants to know how much it's going to cost to get the export license.
Okay.
How much it will cost to get the company registered. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, like I said in the previous edition, we are not permitted to mention costs. But if you call me, okay, I will give you that information free of charge. Okay.
Okay. So hope you get it.
You get, yes. So you can you can just go to the Facebook and type Godwin Oyefeso.
Yeah,
that's all.
or chat. You already chat here. Maybe I'll send it to you.
Yes. Okay.
Now let's look let's look at another question. Here it says, "Good morning, Mary. I'm listening to you right now. I'm really interested, but I want to know what it will take for me to start. For example, you mentioned the bananas. I'm interested in bananas,
Okay.
and I want to know how to dry it, package it,
Yeah.
and the steps I need to export it." This one is from Madam Miriam. Thank you, Madam Miriam. Let's take another one
Okay.
so that we could answer everything together. This one says, "Good morning to you, Mr. Oyefeso. I'm enjoying what you're talking about this morning. In fact, it's making me really, really interested in exporting products out of the country. But I've found out that exporting can be really, really difficult, although I haven't done it yet, but I have people around me talk about it, even attempt to do it, and nobody has succeeded yet. So I'm skeptical when it comes to export. This one is from Mr. Emmanuel from Isolo. Okay, let's take the two. Emmanuel from Isolo
Okay.
saying he's skeptical, while
Skeptical.
the other person wants to know
Yes.
how.
Yes.
Oh,
Now let me quickly,
bananas.
madam. I want you to. There's a place called Nako.
Nako.
Nako
Okay, where
Yes.
in Lagos here?
in Lagos. That's after Hajj camp. You know, you when you get to the place, tell them you wanted to go and see the export shed. Export shed. You know, there's import shed, there's export shed. Mary, if you get to the place, you will never be skeptical in your life, because you will see hundreds of people on daily basis sending things out of Nigeria. But you know the funniest thing, majority of the people who are exporting those things don't tell anybody. They will tell you it's hard. They will tell you it's difficult. You know, and that's why information is very important. Now let me also be very realistic with you. Nothing good is easy. Whatever is easy is not good. But be rest assured, if you are depending on information from people, you never make any impact in life. Now, do you know the Wright brothers? They are the one that invented aeroplane. What they taught them is repair of bicycle. So people love them to scorn that you that they repair bicycle. How you can have that knowledge? They didn't believe them. But because they didn't listen to what people say, they continue with the invention, and that's what everybody is using today. So don't be skeptical. All you need is information. Once you have necessary information, you will know that it is not as difficult as you think. Then number two, you know, I have been in export for 19 to 20 years, and I can tell you that the way I'm skeptical was the way you are also skeptical. But I put in a lot of resources, types of knowledge, and I can tell you today it actually pays off. Then the person said, what are the things he needed? Okay. Like I said, to go into export, like I've repeated it quite very often, you need to have a company, to have an export license, and I think you need to have a product. But I think product is also very important. Once you know where to get a product at a very good price, okay, the next thing for us to tell you is to do one or two papers together to enable you to get your product exported out of the country. There's also something you call the Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Services, okay? Those are the people that make sure that the things you are exporting is also not, it's not defective. So they will tell you what to do and how to go about it. I think those are the basic steps you need to take. Once that step is taken, because export is governed by the government, okay? They monitor it. They even provide funding opportunity. You know, for the people who are coming for our next seminar, I think I'm going to give them a kind of a bonus whereby we tell them the organization that actually can give them money to do export. Let me stop at that, because I know they'll be want to know a lot
So
of
the
things.
organizations that could give
Can
you
fund,
money,
can give
fund
fund money, yes.
both men and women.
Both men and women. Okay, so those are the things.
In
These are information
in Nigeria here.
in Nigeria here. Okay. In fact, to be very candid, there's an organization that called me now, and I think I'm still working towards that. That they are ready to give as much as $100,000, and they gave us list of people they've helped in Nigeria. I couldn't believe it, and these people just keep quiet as if nothing happened. I couldn't believe it.
What does it take to get those people to assist? What do you need?
Yes, I think what you needed is that number one, you just need to have a company register, because you see, when money is given to you, I don't have some papers. Somebody will be skeptical. Like I told you, sometimes somebody collected money, and we use the money to go and marry a second wife. And when they are saying say that it's an investment, how can you telling us telling us that it's an investment? Is that the money given to you to do a business? You married a 18-year girl. He said it's tempting you. That's also an investment. And they were asking the man, sir, are you okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. Are you sure you are not okay, sir? So what you are saying is that, number one, for you to get funding, there are some things you need to put in place. Once those things are in place, the money is always available. And government is doing a lot. There's what you call RT 200. Government is, as so far this year, has given 81 billion to exporters. This year, they have also instructed bank people listen to me, because if you don't accuse anybody.
Why are you shouting?
No. I'm not happy. Mary.
Calm down.
You see, I'm not very happy. Government has told banks now. I have the list of the banks. 500 billions banks must give to exporters. So if you are there, you are listening to me, say I have money. Don't let me hear that again from you. Okay? But what you need is that you need to have a product before the banks can actually give you the money. I think I've calmed down.
Yes. I know why you're shouting.
Yes.
Because you see, you interface with this daily.
Yes.
And you see how easy it is for people to actually transform their lives. And then
people don't complain.
Teach.
Yes.
And yes.
Because they don't know. My people perish for lack of knowledge.
I see the frustration.
I know, very painful, Mary.
Let's look at someone's product.
Yes, you can.
Not my own.
Yes, you can. You can do it. But you see, the challenge with that, Mary, is this: when the person now discover the way you are getting the product, say, "Mama, sorry, so you are stranded." You can export somebody's product, but it's risky because it is the time they gave you large order, human issue will come in. You understand? Because suppose you see that before he started giving you the product, you are begging for money, but you don't do that. You are sending all your children to school. You are doing party. You are doing and you refuse to tell the person. So, but what I'm trying to say is that when you can start with that, but as time goes on, try as much as possible. There are places where you can get this ori at a very cheap price, like in Niger State, like in Iseyin, in Oyo State, okay, and a place called Asha. Okay, in Kwara State, those places are very good places where you can get this product at a very minimal price. Then when you talk about getting the product from somebody, it is there's a value. If it's value added product, you can get it from another possible. But if it's not value added, okay, like for people who are going to come for a program, I'm going to show them how they are packaging it. So that that this thing is not as difficult as what you think is, because you don't know how it is done. So you can do that, but we want to advise you that as things goes on well, by the grace of God, try and make your own product so that you don't be stranded.
Okay. Now let's take another question. Remember, the number that you can send your question to is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. That's the number to send your message to. So the next question is, thank you so much, sir. How can I export cashew nuts?
Yeah, very, very simple. Now, the season for cashew is coming up, February to May, February, March, April, May, okay? But what I want to advise that if you are going to export of cashew, your preparation should start now, okay? Somebody has just called me now. Oh God, Mary. Things are good, though. I'm telling you the truth when you have information. Now, the person that just called me, we've been able to get a contract in Vietnam. They've sent the contract. He asked me to look at it before he finally sign it. I'm telling you, from that particular business, within that 4 months, the person can make nothing less than $1 million. Okay? But how can you export it? It's a bit, there are steps you need to take. Number one, you need to have a company. I want to believe you want to have an export. You need to get all those things, which actually can actually help you to get within the next 10 to 14 days. Once you have that one, then you need a contract. Okay? Okay? There are also some organizations, there are some sites you can join online that can be sending you buyer, okay, from various countries. Now, how to do that also include that you need to get a place. The best cashew is from Ogbomoso. The best cashew is from Ogbomoso. The nut is always very big than compared to other one in Kogi and some other place. But basically, if you want to go into cashew, you should be able to get to the site cashew nut export is not done in Lagos. You can sit down in Lagos and say, I want to export cashew. You need to be in Ogbomoso, you need to be in Kogi State, you need to be in Nasarawa State to get those. But they can bring the product for you from all those areas. You can sit down on an arm's chair the way I'm sitting down, I'm rolling, and they'll bring it for you. But it's going to attract more cost. But it's also good when you are into export, you should be there. Okay, because they are going to load the commodity in you. Okay, I have an experience some years back when we had to do cocoa export. You know, God just gave me a link that, see, why are you sitting in Lagos? Go and check what they are doing in Dori, in Ondo State. You know, when I got to the place, they've loaded one container, they're about loading the second container. If I've loaded half of the container, and I say, no, I want to do inspection. Say, so God, don't go inside, don't go inside. I went inside the container. I pulled one of the bags out. You know, when I turn it upside down, you know what I saw, Mary? I discovered that they have mixed gravel.
Yeah.
Yes, with the cocoa.
You see?
And when they were measuring it, they said, okun, what is okun? If you export that, you are going to be sanctioned. In fact, you are not going to collect your money because that's a great deception. So what we are saying is that export is good, but you have to also be available. If you are not available, bring people that we're going to train for you, okay? That will be giving you valuable information. I think that's the way to go about it.
I think you've given this person a lot of information.
Yeah, that's it.
Now let's take another question. The number again is 0700 903 9039. That is, if you want to call, although I prefer you send in just a WhatsApp message, it's 0700 903 9039. So take advantage and know more about exporting products from Nigeria to USA.
Yes.
Now this question here says, good morning to you, Mary and Mr. Godwin Oyefeso. My question is concerning AGOA. I want to know how I can utilize that platform because I heard you talk about it last week. And I'm very interested. How can I utilize it? What do they need? Where are they? kindly help me. My name is Matthew, and I'm sending you the message from Okota.
Okay.
But before then, let's take a call.
Okay.
The phone's line
I like the mind. Where are they?
Hello.
Hello. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Prince calling. I'm beside. I just parked now. I'm on the driving distance now before I ask whatever you people are saying.
Yes.
I love your guest.
Thank you.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead. What's your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, please. I really have made some effort which couldn't have. It's not working out because I want to be in that exportation business. But I didn't have the link. Even when I called my brother in London, he didn't give me any good feedback. So actually, I really want to know how I can contact that man. Let him drop the office address so that I can see him face to face and know what to do pertaining to what he's sensitizing us now.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he did not understand the second part of your question.
Yes, I did understand.
Can you say it again, please? It's just getting to hear you now.
Hello?
Yeah,
okay, I'm hearing you now, sir. Yes, sir.
I had various commodities. I have various. In fact, we are one of the largest. We have one of the largest palm oil plantation.
Okay, good.
We have one of the largest cashew plantation.
Oh, good.
We are in fact so many other things, and
okay,
we are
okay,
highly
sir.
endowed in my village.
Okay,
At the point cannot finish our plantation within 2 weeks.
Where's your
I know
village?
what I'm saying.
Where's
but
your
I don't
village?
have the link. Please, I need to get in.
Okay.
Where's your village?
Where is your village, sir? Where is your village?
Hello?
Where's your village?
Where is your village? Your village.
Where's your village?
Hello,
Wow.
can you hear?
Hello, I'm from Abia State.
Okay, good.
From
Yeah,
Abia State.
Abia State.
Okay. So listen now
Just
to
listen.
the conversation. Just listen. You get a reply for your question. Okay. So
Okay. Thank you very much.
Abia State.
From Abia State. Very good. Now, like I said earlier on, there's a link for all this. Like I said earlier on, there's no problem with link. What I'm just interested is the product. Then what is the consistency? Now, we give a link to somebody last year, Mary. She talked, the person talked the way this man, I said, okay, very good. Out of the passion, we invited them, but unfortunately, out of the contract that was given them, which is about 25 container, which is to be done within the next 6 months. Mary, do you know they could hardly do 5 containers? Because what they claim they have, they are not the owner.
Let's take this call,
Yes.
then you continue from where you
Okay,
I remember we have that question for Agua.
For Agua, okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Mary.
welcome to the program.
This is Temola from Okota.
Okay, great. Go ahead with
Yes.
your question.
Okay, I just want to know the contact of Mr. Oyefeso.
Okay, is that all?
Yes, that's all.
Okay,
that's
keep
it.
I'm interested.
keep listening. Then continue with
Okay,
the
so like I said earlier on, so the issue is not this. Now, we now discovered that at the end of the day, the reason why they could not meet up with the contract was because they are not the owner of the product. It's like somebody who is passing around the road said that Awalani be yo, Awalani, we are the owner of this place. They are not the owner. So when you said, if you said you have a oil plantation, I want to know how authentic is that plantation? Who owns it? Is it a group of people? Is it a community? Is it a cooperative? Okay, because that's the challenge they keep on asking me in US. Godwin, are they the owner of the thing? Is it one man? Is it 10 people? Okay, so when we know that, that's why we can be able to say, okay, here is the link.
Like this man said he's the owner.
He's the owner.
He said he's the owner. He doesn't know what to do. He wants to make money with this.
No problem.
He packed.
Yes.
So that I can ask this question.
Wow.
So he's ready to
So
go into
no
the
problem. I think, like I said earlier on, we're going to have a program that will help us to meet together so that we can know what you have. Then basically you can also send me some information about what you say you have. How many tonnage? Okay, so that we know, because we must know the number of tons you have, you can produce. Okay, that will meet up the demands of the buyers. Okay, because somebody, a guy called me yesterday. He says, the thing they are giving me is too much. It's too much. I said, which one is too much? You said you need a buyer. I provide a buyer. You said the buyer is too much.
Okay, let me give you a number. You could send in a WhatsApp message on this number if you're listening. 0802 249 3182. 0802 249 3182. That is for you that said the palm oil.
Palm oil.
Yes. Now, to the person that wants to know where Agua.
Yes,
how to
Agua.
take advantage of the
Now,
Agua.
when you talk about the head office of Agua is in America, okay, and but there's an office, but over the years they've not been using the office because they discover that they have enough contact people who can actually get things done for them. You know, an American is also an economist. You know, just keep an office. Before they have an office in Lagos, but I think it has been, disbanded. Okay, so what they have is contact. So if you meet somebody like us, if you need to do something with Agua, we'll let you know. And that's why we are having, I don't know whether I should announce that we'll be having a program next year. Okay?
Yes, a seminar.
So
someone here is even asking,
Yes.
said, I'm just listening to your program. Please, I need details for the seminar.
So the program is going to come up in January. So we are going to give you all the information, what is needed in America, the ton that is needed, the company that needs it. It's going to be very interesting. And why is it that they reject some products coming from Nigeria? What do you do to avoid rejection? Okay, then all the items will be stated, and the companies that need it, will also will be given. And I think it's going to be a wonderful time. Okay, so but in terms of getting more additional information, we'll try and get that.
Hold on, let's take this one. Hello. Can you turn down the volume on your radio set? Very important.
Hello, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. What's your name and your location?
I'm Mr. Raphael from Battersea Gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Godwin Oyefeso. You are very good.
We thank God, sir.
I want to ask, how can I obtain the machine for drying banana fruit? And again,
okay, sir.
the name of the machine.
Okay.
Okay.
The name of the machine.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So listen for your answers now.
Yeah.
The name of the machine is called dehydrator. Dehydrator. Okay. Now you can get it in Nigeria, but if you want to import it, you can go to 1688.com. Okay, you'll get that thing done. So it's very good. Very, very good. 8.com.
1688.com.
W18.com. Yes.
It's called dehydrator.
But if you want to have it, it's also available in Nigeria. Okay. is very interesting. You dry any fruit. I'm telling you. Pawpaw, you can dry pawpaw. You can dry pineapple. You can dry apple. Wow.
You dry it.
You dry it. And we now package it together. You call it dry fruit. There's a high demand in America.
For dry fruits.
Dry fruits, yes.
We have a lot of dry fruits.
I'm telling you.
Fruits in Nigeria.
Fruits in Nigeria. You know the one Mary, the one that amazed me most is that dry pineapple, dry pawpaw, haba.
It's very possible. Now,
so I think that's the answer for that man.
Okay, so this one says, will it be possible for you to give me your number to call you whenever I have any question, and for us to give me the address for the seminar and date? Mr. Dennis is my name. Now let me give you a number so you could be on the waiting list for the seminar, because we've organized a seminar last month, November 5th. Last month we did a seminar, so we're going to organize another one. So for the wait list, we'll get the number.
Just send your name and phone number. I'm interested.
Okay, 0802 0802 249 3182. 0802 249 3182. So that is for the wait list. Just your name and your phone number. Yes. So when we organize seminar, we'll get to you. So let's take this call before we round off today. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mary.
Welcome to the. I'm doing great.
Okay, it's my name. Mary, I don't know. This is what we are talking about is under the air. There are things that you wouldn't want to dispose of under the air. I hope you are aware.
Okay.
So please do me so for after the program, use my number and reach me so that we can discuss very closely.
Okay, you said your name is Mr. Okoro?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've come to the end of the program today. We have barely a minute before we round off, but we'll continue the conversation next week, Tuesday, God willing. Mr. Godwin Oyefeso will be here to answer more of your questions. And for the seminar, we're going to organize another one in January, hopefully. We're supposed to even have one in this December, but we couldn't because of logistics. So hopefully we'll have it in January. So this is the number that you should send interested to, so you can be on the wait list for it. It's 0802 249 3182. So thank you so much for being part of the program, Mr. Godwin Oyefeso. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. See you next week. I want to run.
I go and make money.
Anyway, it's very important. Thank you very much. See you next week by the grace of God. I remain yours, Godwin Oyefeso. Bye.
Yeah. And I'm Mary Onaife. You can find me on Instagram at Mary Media, MERRY, then Media. Coming up next is Issues in the News with Esther Nwachukwu. Keep it here. This is the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.